So I've got 5 deployments, 4 to Afghanistan, 1 to Iraq. During my first deployment to Iraq, I basically was running a church in a combat zone. So I was taking care of believers in a combat zone. So when I would run the service, everybody would show up with their weapons. Right, that probably doesn't happen here. So I had a bunch of M4s lining the walls. My band had all their sidearms on them, playing the drums and the guitar. But we were in Iraq, right outside of Baghdad, doing that. That was a moment where you thought that I'm doing something that I could never do on the outside. Like, this is an obvious focal point in my life to know that, yeah, I'm built fit to do something, and I'm over here in a combat zone, taking care of believers and strengthening them that I could never do anywhere else. During that time in Iraq, there was still a lot of risk being taken. That was back in 2010. I had a young, he was a master sergeant, EOD. Are you familiar with EOD? EOD is explosive ordnance disposal. So these are the guys that go out and defuse the bombs. Well, this guy had seen a lot of deployments at the time, and a couple of them weren't so good. So he's lost friends doing the job. And I was able to go out and identify him as someone who I could help and who was receptive to it. Because a lot of the guys, they're just not, right? They don't want you to mess with them. They want to be left alone, but he was open. And I would go grab him along with some other folks, and we would go do things that you would never think you could do, in the middle of a combat zone. Like, I would find ways to take him out and decompress him by fishing in some of Saddam's lakes, along with some of his other airmen that were feeling the stress of being deployed and feeling the uncertainty of, at night, when's the alarm going to go off and when's the next round of enemy fire going to come in over the T-walls.